Uh, well, welcome. I'm here. I'm late, but I'm here. So I'm going to try to find us as quickly as possible because there's nothing better than being late. Just kidding. That was facetious.
You have 20 seconds?
No,
You don't?
it's 8 o'clock. I'm on camera.
Okay.
Sorry. Something happened?
No,
Okay.
I just can't really walk in the house with my boots right now, and I just needed the door open.
Sorry. I can do it. I have to help him. Hey. Because that's what we do for our partners. We help them. All right. Let's get the link out. And then let's go to the Creative Hand Lettering group. And then today is June 5th. And the iCAD prompt is Hydrangea. And our prompt a cup of tea is our prompt. And the link is here. And I didn't look up where that came from. Let's do that first, shall we? Once it posts. All right, there we are. So let's look up where did the idiom of a cup of tea come from? And then I'll say hello. The idiom "not my cup of tea" originates in Britain, likely in the 20th century, though the positive form "my cup of tea" dates back further to the 1800s. It's a metaphor that compares someone's preferences to the taste of different types of tea, which can vary differently. Not my cup of tea is used to express that something is not one's liking, but my cup of tea indicates something is enjoyed or well suited to you. Well, we're going to do my cup of tea today. Good morning. Hi, Jennifer. Wait. Oh, hi, Jennifer. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Mina. Hi, Ruth Ann. Hi, Carmen. Hi, Mary Lynn. Hi, Palma. Hi, Linda. Hi, Joan. Jennifer said, wait, what? What did Jennifer just say? I missed your 2 lives this morning. This week is all messed up. I get it. My week is so messed up. And procrastination has taken over my soul. It's really not fun. Who else is here? Hi, Lita. Hi, Terry. Oh, Terry said we had some bat excitement in our bedroom. Oh, God. Been there, done that. How'd you get him out? Because that's the hard part. Hi, Denise. Hi, Arlene. Hi, Penny. Hi, Joan. Joan says, I don't know why it's harder and harder to find me. I don't know. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Janice. Hi, Karen. All right, I'm going to get going here. I don't know why. I just want to get going here. Anyway, hello. I was really late today, so that could be why. I pushed my go button up top there at 7:59 because I was talking to the dogs. They've kind of taken over my life, and that's why procrastination has taken over the rest of my life because they're just fun. And I take them to the dog parks and we go on a walk every freaking hour. And I love it actually. But yesterday, while I was walking them, I had to stop in my tracks. Thank God our driveway is super long because there's some girl at the end of the driveway walking down our main road, which is a private road, by the way. I've never seen this girl before. She had headphones on, so she could not hear me or my dogs barking like they wanted to kill something. She was walking three mastiffs, giant mastiffs. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen her here before, but it was kind of scary because my dogs like to bark at other dogs. And if she didn't hear me, so I was like waving, trying to say, hey, hey, welcome to the neighborhood, whatever. It was scary. Terry says, my husband used a butterfly net. We had gotten one of our grandsons. It took a few swipes, but he caught it and took it outside. Wow. Terry had a bat in her bedroom. That's what it was. And Denise says, I'm outside. I could not see the bat. So your comment sounded more like a risque that you had excitement in the bedroom last night. None of that talk here. I don't need to hear anybody's risque talk. Dieta, if you're late, do you have a tardy slip? All right. All right. Welcome. Hi, it's Lindsay. Oh my gosh. I have turned over all my artwork to my children to do some really fun things with. And I think that's why I haven't been drawing recently because I've been looking for old artwork that I can rescan and use for these projects that they're doing. There's some really good artwork that I've done in the past. Who knew, right? Anyway, hi. It's shameless plug time. First shameless plug is the website, which you're definitely gonna wanna bookmark for creatorofcuteness.com because there's a lot of exciting stuff coming. And I'm actually going to send out an email when everything is ready to go. So you might want to join the email group. I haven't sent any emails because you get 3 of them for free every year, 3 a year for free. Otherwise, you pay $30 a month. And I'm just a little artist. I'm not like Mary Engelbright, who's going to pay $30 a month. But anyway. Creator of Cuteness is the website. Okay. I don't want to talk about that yet. Let's talk about book club. Book club is coming. We did the May episodes or whatever you want to call them. About May, June, July, and August. So when you join the book club, you get 4 months worth of sessions or meetings. It's not like therapy. You're not having a session, you're having a meeting. We review a new book each month. We play in the No Excuses art journaling book each month, at least for this year. And then we make a new project or learn a new technique each month as well. So this Friday is book club for the first one for June. So we will be playing in the No Excuses art journaling book this Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So be there. If you're in book club, don't forget. I've had a lot of people tell me they forget book club, so don't do it. This is June. So the way this book is laid out, it's laid out in months. So that's why we're doing a month at a time, if that makes sense. Hi, Bonnie. What's up, girlfriend? Hi, Pamela. All right. And then the book that we're reviewing this month for the book club is Delight in the Details. It's by Lisa Pace. And I've had it on my bookshelf for a long time. I kind of thought it was more scrapbooky, but it's not. It's got some great projects in it. So we're going to do one of the projects from this book. And I have got a lot of them bookmarked already, so we'll have to just choose. What session is what, Penny? What session is that? That's the book club. That's the 6th session of the book club. Does that make sense? I hope so. So we're in June. So we've already had May, but that video is already up, so you can rewatch it whenever you want. Because this one doesn't go by seasons or whatever. We just kind of do projects all the time. We learn fun stuff from the books. Okay. I have so much to tell you guys, but I want to keep some of it for a surprise. So I'm not going to tell you. We talked about the washi tape yesterday, and we talked about the paper pads yesterday that are coming, right? Creative Cuteness cardstock paper pads packs. You're going to get 24 sheets of paper. I haven't figured out the price yet. So you're going to get between 3 and 4 pieces of each piece of cardstock. It's 6 by 8, which is fabulous. Oh, the book club is at 4 p.m. Hold on. Right here, Ellen. 4 p.m. 4 p.m. my time, Pacific Standard Time. There are 3 new sets of papers coming. There is the Color Pop Girls, there is Color Waves, and there is Black and White. And I haven't decided if I'm going to sell them individually or as a set. They may go as a set. So you get all 3 of them at once. That's what I'm kind of thinking. And then there will be a class to go with all of these. It's going to be called Color Pop Girls, the class. And then there's washi tape coming, but I already showed that, so I'm not going to show it again. So let's just start, because I want to start. We did the apple of my eye, or I did, burst your bubble, like 2 peas in a pod, a piece of cake, and now we're doing cup of tea. Cup of tea. And I think I'm going to do You're My Cup of Tea, because again, a lot of these I'm kind of thinking of greeting cards for, like 2 peas in a pod, or life is just a piece of cake. So I'm trying to think of things that would work for cards or other things, not just like cup of tea. But I gave you the meaning of cup of tea, right? So you got that. So now I need a pencil. Still don't have a neurology appointment because my fax from the doctor didn't go through. The doctor's fax, not mine. I wanted to tell you about my favorite circles. I think I've told you before. You can buy a set of like 12 of these little Pyrex dishes for $10. And then you have little Pyrex dishes to use in your kitchen. But you also have the perfect circles. So I'm going to put a circle up here. No, I'm going to put it more down here. Hopefully that's centered. It looks pretty centered to me. Yeah. But these are great. Then you have them to use in your kitchen. You can pretend that you're doing your own cooking show and put like a 1/4 teaspoon of salt in here. And then another size up, you could put your sugar, and another size up, and then you just dump the bowls in the bowl. You could even set your camera up and do a little video of you making whatever it is you make. Be funny. But I think that's too big now that I'm looking at it. I'd have to go with washi tape. Washi tape also makes great circles, which is another reason to buy washi tape. And you get different sizes depending on how much washi tape you've used. Okay, that'll work. All right, so below this, I want to draw a teacup. And I want to draw one that's kind of like this. Maybe that's too slanted. I don't know. It's not going to be perfect. That's all I know. And it's going to come down like this. And then it'll have a little base on it. Can you guys see that? Can you let us know what this blue pencil is? Yes. This is a Sakura Sumo Grip 05, but I also use the 09. The 05 you can buy lead for anywhere. The 09, it's really hard to get lead for. But my white one that I use sometimes, well, I have it in my bedroom because it's my favorite. It has a gripper here so it doesn't hurt your fingers. This is what my kids used all through school. It was their favorite pencil. Tina, you smarty petunia. Tina says, if you have a circle template, that works too. Um, anyway, Sumo Grip from Sakura. That's better. Okay, that's crooked. I bet you're wondering what that circle is, or maybe not. I don't know. So then we're going to go with a saucer that has a ring here. We did a saucer yesterday. It was more like a cake plate. Saucer. Then we need our handle, which is going to be more like a curly Q. Like an upside down S kind of. Because I wanted a fancy handle. Like it? Okay. This is our hydrangea coming out of our teacup. That's going to be the hydrangea. Oh, thanks, Carmen. Carmen posted a link for you, Linda. It's a good one to buy. If you do buy it, if for some reason you buy the 09, make sure you get the lid at the same lid. Make sure you get the lead at the same time, not the lid. All right. I think that's all I'm going to do for my teacup right now because I might decorate it, but I don't know. And then I need a hydrangea leaf because I don't know what those look like. Oh, they look like this. Kind of like that. And one could kind of fall down over here. They're like a stair step kind of leaf. Well, that looks very strange. So I don't think I'm going to put a leaf there, but we'll come back to it and decide later. I don't know. I kind of like it. Yes, size 9 lead is thicker. And that's what my kids used in school, the size 9, because the 5 always broke on them. So I do have 3 09 pencils here at the house because, you know, when you're out of school, you figure I don't ever need or want a pencil again. I don't ever want one. That's what my kids thought anyway. All right, I think we're down as far as we can go. We're going to use this paint. We're going to use this granulated paint for the backgrounds. Oops, sorry. Granulating colors from Ganzai Tambe Kuretake. But we're going to paint our hydrangea first. So let me find a brush. Now we're going to paint some little hydrangea petals. I found a picture from Instagram. There it is. And they've got kind of 4 petals, 4 leaves, like that. But I got to fill that whole thing now. And I should have, and I will, erase this circle a little bit so that we don't get the pencil line in there. Carmen keeps trying to get me to buy that other eraser. It's not going to happen. I like these erasers. I just want it faint enough so I can see it. You know, like it's still there, but barely. Can you see that? Okay. And I'm just going to continue to paint these little 4-petal flowers in here. I'm trying to add some purple into my blue to make it a little more purpley blue. And they can kind of be stacked on top of each other, if that makes sense. There's that cool blue color I wanted. But they're just like four petals. And you could do them with watercolor, or you could do them with whatever. I lost my train of thought. With colored pencils or whatever you have. It is your life. I want you to do what you want to do. You know? So, what was I telling you about my dogs? I've decided that I love them, which I guess is a good thing. That life is better with them here, which is also a good thing, right? One of the dogs that we wanted to adopt a while ago was adopted out, and the lady just messaged me and said they brought her back, that she didn't get along with the people's toddler, and it was too stressful for the dog, so the people brought the dog back. At least they didn't give the toddler back, right? But I said, no, we have plenty of dogs. I don't need any more. Thank you very much. But she was cute. Her name was Midge. So I have created a Instagram page for my dogs. If you guys want to follow along, that will have their antics. And they each have their own. They're going to have their own bio and persona. So I don't even know how to explain that. But Bugsy's bio and persona is that her people name, not her dog name, because she'll always be Bugsy, but her people name is Vivian. And here's what you need to picture. Vivian had a very hard life. She smoked her whole life. She has one of those desert rat tans. I don't know how to explain that to you unless you've been to Las Vegas and you know people who are so tan that it's not okay. Do you know what I'm talking about? So she has one of those tans. She's a chain smoker and she's a barfly. So you can find her when the bar opens at 7:30 drinking her gin fizz with the bartender. She has kids, but she doesn't see them anymore because the smoking and the, bar life took over. And she loves the bar life. And it's like she's on some type of not an yeah, maybe an antidepressant. I don't know. I don't do drugs. But something that pumps her up. She is constantly talking and never shuts up and always on the go. That's Bugsy. Now, Woody, his last name is Garcia. So he's Woody Garcia, and he is an old hippie. He wears tie-dye. He'd rather sleep all day than do anything else. He's seen every Grateful Dead show, and he drives a VW van. I don't think he smokes a lot of pot anymore. He did that though in the 60s, but not anymore. So Woody doesn't have a nickname because Woody is pretty much his hippie name, but his last name is Garcia. Uh, Magda on something about Mary. I never saw that. Marilyn wants to know, what am I painting? It's going to be a hydrangea. Can you not tell? Does it not look like a hydrangea? Oh, please say it does. Just trying to make it not so perfect. I think it pretty much looks like a hydrangea. We're going to add some darker centers to some of these, but not all, because some are going to get a darker purple. So, did I tell you they lost my new son-in-law's bags from American Airlines? Don't ever fly American Airlines. I was on the phone yesterday for 58 minutes exactly, trying to get some kind of compensation because they're on their honeymoon. This guy has no clothes. His bag is in Miami. They're telling them they have to go back to Miami to get the bag. And I went mother of the bride ballistic on them. I said, these kids just got married, right? They had 2 days in this area called Exuma, I think. Okay, wait, I want to, before I watercolor the stem and the leaf and everything, I want to do the teacup. Um, uh-oh, Sandy says, won't be in class tomorrow. Doctor's office just called and now I'm going in tomorrow morning. I don't know what for, but I hope it's okay. There are no air tags on their luggage. That is a great thing that I guess. Oh, I wasn't going to put that in there. Oh well. I guess we should have thought about that. But no, he didn't have any air tags. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. We know where the bag is. It's in Miami, and they're in Nassau or something. I don't know where they are. I think it's called Nassau. Not Nassau like the rocket ship Nassau, but Nassau. I don't know. Anyway, did they do anything for you? No. What did they tell me? They said, tell them to go out and buy some new clothes, keep all the receipts, and within reason, they will compensate you. So, in other words, if you buy a $48 t shirt because you really like it, I doubt they're going to compensate you for that. He had his fancy Nikes, which I can only imagine how much they cost, that he bought for the wedding. They were in his bag. So I said, well, okay, the bag is in Miami. Are you going to be able to get it to them? And they said, well, possibly, but we may have to just send it back to Sacramento. And I said, well, by then, the honeymoon's over. And I started this conversation with the dodo brains um, from American Airlines by saying, my daughter is in the airport crying her eyes out, and they don't care because they lose 500 million bags a day. And that's what I tried to tell my daughter. I'm like, stop crying. Just go enjoy your honeymoon, and we'll figure out the baggage thing later. Joan says, Miami is the worst for bags. We had stuff stolen out of our bags on the way back from a friend's daughter's wedding. Long story, but my husband threatened to sue American Airlines in small claims court, and they did end up doing a good settlement with him. Oh, you can bet your life that I will be taking this up much further with American Airlines. You know, I'm so mad. I was livid. I had already been on the phone half the day with other companies that I got issues with that I'm trying to get settled. But yeah, I was pissed. You don't want to see me mad. You don't. So I think my other leaf is going to go up rather than down. So let's erase that. I didn't like the downward spiral there. Yeah, I'm sorry, Joan. I get it. And my daughter has already said she will never fly American Airlines again. So then my daughter's general manager, who's the Hyatt general manager, right? He helped her book this trip. Well, he didn't help her book the trip. He helped her get the Hyatt hotel because it's free when you are a Hyatt employee. You know what I mean? You can stay there for free. Maybe not an employee, but she's a manager, so the managers can stay for free. And she figured, I guess foolishly now that we know, that he would do something kind of cool for them through being a manager. You know, he would have something cool waiting in their room or whatever. And he didn't. And my daughter was so sad. The luggage thing, and then they get to their room and there were like no pedals on the bed. I don't know. I mean, to me, it makes no difference to me. I could care less. But she gets this idea in her mind as a honeymooner. So I spent half the day trying to call these hotels to have something cool brought to their room. And I finally told my daughter, I said, I'm so sorry. I've been trying all day to get through to these hotels and nobody answers. And she said, oh, yeah. She goes, I've never seen worse island time in my life as these places. She said they're on total island time and they don't answer their phones. Nobody does anything. Wait, Jackie says we put air tags in our grandson's hockey equipment bags from San Antonio to a hockey tournament showcase in LA, and hockey bags, sticks, and pads never made it. Oh, they went to Bolivia. Air tags, thank goodness, stayed active for several days as they tried to recover bags. American had to buy him new stuff so they could play in the showcase. What a mess. They won't give me any money now. They told her she had to pay, and then they would reimburse them if it was didn't cost too much. I don't even know how to explain that. If it was not expensive. And I'm like, that just doesn't work when you bought a brand new pair of Nikes. It's like Air Jordans, you know, they cost $1 billion. Oop, that's a pencil line. Well, I do like my hydrangea. My leaves, however, did not work out. Jennifer says, long story short version, flying to San Francisco, the Admiral's bag fell off the baggage trolley on the way to the plane. They drove over it and it caught on fire. It was Southwest and they were wonderful to work with. I can tell you a story as well about baggage, but it was years ago. Years. I had sold my Gibson J200 guitar for a lot of money. They're worth a lot of money, I'll put it that way. But it was probably 35, 40 years ago. And you can take a guitar to a place to have it packed up, right? It was packed, and yes, just like yours, it fell off the baggage carrier thing because I had to ship it to South Carolina or North Carolina, some Carolina. I don't know. And the guitar cracked. Can't even remember what airline it was, but they paid for the whole replacement of getting the guitar fixed. Then when the guy got it, he played the guitar and he said it didn't have the sound that he thought it would. Of course, because it had a crack in it. So he didn't want it. So he sent it back to me. That was a drag. I never sold that guitar that way. Because sending a guitar through an airplane is a ridiculous idea. I don't know, maybe it's better now, but back then it was just dumb. Linda says we are at we are Marriott vacation timeshare owners. They treat us amazing. In our anniversary trip, one time they had a bucket of champagne. Oh, that's cute and very nice. I'm not sure I like any of this. So we're going to have to Lindsay it up because it's not what it was in my brain, you know? So, yeah. Pat says we will never fly American. On my husband's trip to see his dying mother's last week, the flight went from a 3 hour delay to cancel at the last minute for no apparent reason. He wound up driving. Oh my God. I don't know how far that was, but awful when you plan on flying. I hope he got there to see his mom before she passed away, because that is way worse than losing a bag. Well, I don't know about any of this. Yeah, well, we just dissed American Airlines pretty good here on this show. She will never fly American Airlines, my daughter. I would never, not with all of that I've heard about them now. But I'm not flying again for a while because everything going on with airplanes is just scary to me. If I can't get there by a car, I won't be going. And lucky for us, we love road trips. Okay, well, I mean, it's not horrible. It's not what I was hoping for. But it's okay. It will come out okay in the wash. A wash with a wash. All right, because we want to leave some white. I don't want to get too much color on here. Pat said Wisconsin to Texas. He made it. He had 3 days with her before her passing. Oh, man. That's horrible. Z says, I'm a JetBlue girl. If they don't fly there, neither do I. I'm a Southwest girl. Same thing. If they don't fly there, neither do I. I used to be Alaskan Airlines when I had my ex-boyfriend who lived in Seattle. We would both fly Alaskan all the time. They were great. And one of my friends is a uh, whatever you call it, books flights for JetBlue. So someday I'll try them. But I'm still a Debbie. Debbie Clark, are you done with school? Are you retired? Happy day, happy day. Debbie's retired. Okay, we have to fix this. And we need to put I mean, I like the hydrangea part. It's awful round, but it's not horrible. Hold on, I'm thinking. I think I like that. But let's fix the other parts first. Yeah, I love Alaskan also, Terry. They're really good. But the rest of them, but it's just the like air traffic controllers now and that stuff that's really freaking me out that I don't think I could get on an airplane right now. I wasn't going to outline these, but then something happened in the translation and I had to outline them. They look like small trees. Whatever. All right, getting there. Not happy with them. My small tree leaves. Tree leaves. I don't know. Yeah, Debbie, are you still here? Debbie says, yes, finally. And I used the money I made to put a good down payment on a new car. I liked your old car, but good for you. Congratulations. That's awesome. Debbie was retired and then they talked her back into going to teach because she's a teacher, third graders. And she was telling me stories about these third graders. Poor little children that went through COVID are just going to be so hard to handle, I think. I hear stories from my daughter, but it's mainly about the parents, not the kids, because her kids that she teaches are special ed, mainly for falling behind reasons, for English as a second language, math skills, that kind of stuff. But she does have a lot of kids who are autistic, um, ADHD, things, they just can't stay in the classroom. But Debbie had some great stories to tell about the kids. And I'm like, this is a problem. These are little entitled kids with cell phones as 3-year-olds. And schools should definitely just take the cell phones out of the equation. I don't know what the answer is, but if you're an inventor, I told my husband somebody should invent a lockbox that every kid is given, or maybe they have to buy or something, and they can put their phone in their lockbox and you get it back at the end of the day or at recess. But I don't even think it should come back at recess. You know, I think it should be there for emergencies. I'm all in favor of kids having a cell phone for emergencies, but I don't know the answer to how to take care of it. There's got to be a way to do it. But these little kids are just, they're so entitled now. They just act so spoiled. When I worked at Ben Franklin, I think I've told this story that I ended up hiring my son because I knew he would do the things that I needed him to do, not because he had any knowledge of, well, aside from me, of scrapbooking and that kind of stuff, which was, we were in the scrapbooking department. But I was hiring these girls to work who would not clean the toilet, would not, I mean, they flat out told me, I will not do that. They would not mop the floor. If we had somebody have incontinence or something, which happened a lot, believe it or not, on the floor at Ben Franklin, they would not clean it up. They would just flat out not do it. So I had to fire them. Denise says they already have lock boxes for phone. People use them on dinner dates. Oh. They have kid-friendly phones with no internet access, just texting and calling. Oh, sure, Carmen. They're going to buy those for their children. Huh. People aren't going to buy those. Their kids would have a conniption fit if they bought them a phone. that didn't have the internet. All right, let's put some white going in our hydrangeas. We'll do our lettering last. I'm going to take both dogs to the post office today to meet my friendly neighborhood postal lady, Jenny, who's the nicest thing. You know what we should do sometime? I wonder if I could give out the address to the post office. I got to find out when National Post Office Workers Day is. And I'm going to ask you guys to bombard her with mail. Wouldn't that be fun? Oh, she would get such a charge out of that. Okay, well, I'm happier with this now. I'm going to find out. Stay tuned. Hey, hey, he's just using a drill. Everybody calm down. It's a drill. Okay, you can barely see this backgroundy color. And this is pretty straight, but let's just put, I'm trying to do things more professionally, if you want to call it that. But like, see where I went uphill here with the word T? I'm going to put a line in so that I can do it a little more straight. You can see I went totally uphill here. I wanted it to be straight, so there we go. And there we go. July 1st is Postal Workers Day. I'm writing it down. Ah! July 1st, Postal Workers Day. Oh my gosh, I'm going to ask you guys to send her a card. It'd be so fun. And I could take my camera in there and videotape while she's opening stuff. She's the nicest human, really. Okay, Bugsy. It's your dad. It's okay. He's just using a drill in the garage. This one did the same thing where I went uphill. Rather than talk in person, what? What did Leslie say? Debbie said, there's definitely a few kiddos I won't miss at all. Okay, well, I can't find what Leslie says, and I have to draw. That's why I'm here, for drawing purposes. I want this lettering to be thick and have polka dots in it. So I'm going to thicken it up a bit. And we'll do the T part first, and then put the word of in. I love this E. Wonder if I should bring this. We will. Okay, that's cute. Where is Woody? Oh, he's here, but he doesn't bark. Remember, or maybe you weren't here when I told you their personas. Bugsy is Vivian the barfly, and Woody is Woody Garcia, an old hippie. And he is so laid back and mellow, it's not even funny. And she is like crazy. I'm going to write a story with both of them and talk about their people personas. Because Woody wouldn't, I mean, he does bark at other dogs, that's true, but he wouldn't just bark at a noise out of the blue. He's like Cheech and Chong, like, hey man, like that. That's Woody. All right, I think we're going to put some color up here. And I'm thinking about the border right now. I don't know. Gonna shake. The whole camera is gonna shake. It's gonna be like an earthquake. Earthquake shake. Anywho. So I definitely want my paint back. Well, that's tricky with a brush. But you can get exactly what color you want instead of looking for a pen that matches if you can blend your watercolors nicely, which I have kind of mastered. I mean, I don't want to be full of myself or anything. But it is pretty fun to be able to get the colors you want. They are a little runny here. Like over here, I think I need it to be a little thicker in color because it's kind of runny. Pretty good. Not bad. I like it. What is the name of the dog's Instagram page? It's Woody and Bugs. Let me write it. Woody with a capital Woody and Bug Z. That's it. That's the dog's Instagram page. It's true. I've gone over the deep end. I have made an Instagram page for my mutts. Who would have ever thought? Not me, certainly. Well, I like that. And I like that. Let's try that so we can get back in there. Hello?
Hello.
That's Curtis. Bugsy. Bugsy, say hi to Curtis. That's Woody. He's the... Woody is the... He's... we call him Woody Garcia because he's like an old hippie. He won't bark. He'll just love you. But Bugsy's gonna keep jumping.
Is your life?
Yeah. You're welcome to talk. All right. You guys want the border? Yes or no? I don't know. Okay. Let's try colored pencils. I don't know about oh, I like the black squiggly line border. Terry, I could do a squiggly line probably better than anybody these days. Let's do a double border. I used to wonder how girls would, or artists would get this squiggly line. Now I know they had neurological problems. Oh, maybe just a straight line. I mean, a single line. Only Bugsy likes the squeaky toys.
Yeah.
Woody doesn't like toys. She'll go get it if you throw it. He'll try, but he won't grab it. She's not a bringer backer, though. You should sit on the sofa and Woody will just come get in your lap and love you. Bugsy, what happened? Dad's outside. Bugsy, are you getting... Okay. Thought she was getting jealous. He's painting the boards.
Okay.
Okay, bye. See, you scared him away, dogs. Curtis was just here. Pat says, I knew a Vivian with that same persona. Red nails included stained fingernails from smoking. I have to add that into my my persona of the dogs. That's so funny. Curtis is gone, but I'll tell him you said hi later. He's here to help his dad fix the deck before it falls down from rot. My husband has always been a procrastinator, and I've hated it about him. It's really upset me because I am the person that if you say, could you book a flight to Tennessee? I'll do it right now, you know? But recently, I've become the biggest procrastinator, and he is getting stuff done. I don't even understand it. I don't know how we switched, but we switched. I do like the black line. Terry, thank you for the suggestion. This is my new favorite thing to do too. A swash of color with polka dots in it. I have several new favorite things when I'm drawing. Okay, that's pretty cute, right? I don't know that I need much else. Hey, you guys. You guys, chill. Chill out. Chillax. And this is my favorite new blue. It's this Faber-Castell 720. I don't know. I don't know what. I just love the color. It's just a cool blue. I don't know that I need much more. I'm going to use it to kind of take care of my squiggliness over here because my hand was shaking pretty badly. I think, oh, hold on, maybe not. Oh, I better sharpen this one. I was looking at this artist. I don't even know his name, but he's a colored pencil artist, and he had these trays of colored pencils. And every week he buys new colored pencils because he doesn't like them when they get down this little. He only likes them when they're brand new and long. I'm like, must be nice to be that rich, to be able to do that. I like mine when they get down, and I like this size. I like even tinier than this. Just makes me feel like I've accomplished something. Bugsy, will you quit barking? They're going to be out there all day working. That's Dad. Stop it. Bugsy. Vivian, knock it off. Take a drag off your cigarette. She's so wound tight, that dog. She is wound tight. I saw these pills on Instagram you can give your dogs for neuroses. So if they're just crazy, you can give them a pill. I'm like, no, I think that's terrible. But maybe it's made of supplements that are good for the dogs. I don't know. Who knows? I'm just learning. Maybe it's not terrible. Maybe it's perfectly normal. And I'll be eating my words next week. Okay. I think I don't want to do any more. I saved my tiny pencil bits too, Marilyn. Um, like this is pretty small, so it's going to go into the tiny pencil pile. Someday I want to drill a hole here and make a string of them. There is somebody on Etsy who sells necklaces and earrings out of tiny pencils. Bugsy, it's okay. It's going to be all day long. Really, you're fine. Take a Xanax, Vivian. Hold on. I might do one more thing, but I probably am going to mess the whole thing up if I do it. Where's my blue? No. I gotta go. I'm hungry. Oh no, I don't have a color that'll work, so never mind. I am done. I am. There's our card. You're my cup of tea, with a hydrangea coming out of a cup of tea. And that is today's card by Lindsay Ostrom. I hope you enjoyed today's show. I hope you'll come back for a visit tomorrow. Let's see what's tomorrow. Well, we did this. Hydrangea, we can cross that out. Tomorrow is pretzel. Oh my gosh. Pretzel, and that ship has sailed. But I love the idiom. There's not an idiom in this world that I don't love, but some are really, really good. That ship has sailed. That's a great one. Okay, well, this is good. It goes into the pile. I've ordered a pouch for these from my friend Michelle, so I'll wait for my pouch to come in to put all these in. Good colors. I like it. All right, well, have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's Friday. Yay, Friday tomorrow. And it's book club, so if you haven't signed up for book club, go do that now. Because I don't want you to miss out. I don't want you to miss anything. All right, have a really good day, you guys. I love you. Bye.